I met my brother on the ground, which he was killed. And after they killed him, they shot him, they cut his head.
In August 2021, the fragile peace in Yelwa Zangam area of Jos North local government area of Plateau State disappeared after some criminals attacked the community. By the time they left, they had killed and burnt 37 people and destroyed buildings, including the bridge that links the community to the outside world. In that night raid, 7 members of the household of Ajida Isa, the ward head of Yelwa Zangam, were felled and burnt.
At least it's 2 minutes or 3 or 4 minutes. I hear the gun in my house. When I hear the gun, I started run, come out. So the people continuous attack the house. So my wife and the wife of my child and some children, there are almost 7 people. They are 3 in my house.
Just by his house was his neighbor, Bala Asabulu, who lost 5 female members of his household to the attack, including his 99-year-old mother, Halima, and 4-year-old daughter, Goodness. The charred bodies of the victims were burnt a stone throw away. Premium Times counted 32 graves with Mr. Isa, saying some of the casualties were mutilated beyond recovery. The youth leader of the community, Yakubu Bagudu, was in a friend's house when the attackers went to his house, burning his properties and killing his brother, who has 2 wives and 7 children.
Around 7 to 7:30, I was in my friend's house. I just had a gunshot. Then my friend said we should go and see what's happening. Before we go out, we just had a very powerful shooting around the area. So there's no way we can do, we have to run away. So before I would notice, just within 30 minutes, I just saw fire burning my house. My car and my everything was burned down. Reaching to my house to go and see what is happening, I met my brother on the ground, which he was killed. And after they killed him, they shot him, they cut his head.
He now takes care of his brother's 2 wives and 7 children, alongside his 1 wife and 5 children. While reports suggested suspected herders were behind the attack, all 3 men accused the neighboring Hausa community, with whom they had had protracted dispute over a large piece of land, of being responsible for the attacks. The youth leader of the Hausa community, Ahmad Muhammad, denied culpability, saying his people were punished unjustly. At the time of visit in early December 2021, members of the community, including the community head and 2 children, were held in police custody for months. The police responded saying,
"Yes, people arrested and charged to court."
At the heart of the dispute is a tussle over the ownership of a land estimated to measure about 1,000 by 1,000 square meters between the Anaguta and the Hausa communities, both side by side in Yelwa Zangam. The latter uses the land as their burial ground, while the former said it is the land of their forebears. The parties are now looking for ways to foster peace. These criminal attacks are about battle for survival and supremacy, exacerbated by poverty and unequal access to social benefits. The 2021 Nigeria Social Cohesion Survey says Nigeria is not as socially cohesive as it ought to be because about a third of Nigerians identify more with their ethnicity than with Nigeria, compared to only 9% that feel more Nigerian than ethnic. Likewise, there is also the indigene-settler dichotomy. The Muslim Hausa or Fulani community would not accept they are not indigenous, as they said they have nowhere else they could call home, as their forebears had lived there for centuries. The chairman of the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association, Barkin Ladi local government area, Mohammed, said he could not tell how and when his lineage got to Barkin Ladi, same way people of ethnic groups may not.
How he cannot tell you how he get to the village is how I cannot tell you how I get to the village. I was born here. My father told me he was born here. my grandfather said he was brought here, he was born here. I cannot give that history. What I know, I am from Bariki.
To address land disputes, the senior pastor of the Church of Christ in Nations, Sylvester Dakomo, advised the use of state of residence rather than state of origin.
The issue of land is at the root of some of these crises. This is not just an issue about Jos. In Nigeria, we want to promote nationalism. It should be across board. Jos cannot be a scapegoat for trying something. You go to Sokoto, it's the same thing. You go to Kano, I can't go to Kano and say I am an indigene of Kano, I own every right that the indigenous people of Kano have, even though I am a citizen of Nigeria. So the issue of indigenization is an issue that should be handled across board. And that is at the root of some of these crises.